Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm coming to you today with an Armada Fleet Builder using Ryan Kingston's Armada Fleet Builder, and we're going to do a Hammerhead-based build, and this is going to be kind of like a firing line, kind of inspired by the trailer for Episode 8, where you see all those gunships just kind of in a line and shooting. And since I did end up getting 2 of the Hammerhead packs, I'm like, all right, let me run 4 Hammerheads. Some inspiration came from my friend Sean, who had a really nice way to use Task Force Organa, and so I'm going to put that on each of them as well. And the idea was that, like, this is kind of taking the place of Vader. And I liked the way it was used. I haven't run them yet, but I've flown against them, and I'm like, Task Force Organa is very, very nice. But the idea, if you have them all lined up, is like the first ship can't get the rerolls, right? So the first ship that shoots is either going to have slaved turrets, because you really, I mean, this is a good candidate for slaved turrets, or turbo laser reroute circuits. Now you can still get rerolls if we go with Leia, so I'll probably use Leia here. And so we can still get potentially 1 die rerolled. So if we, if we do a concentrate fire on this guy and we get 3 red at long range, well, no problem. If like 2 of them are blank, we can still reroll 1 and then TRC the other one. And then we leave our Task Force Organa card ready to go to give everybody else all the rerolls they want. So some things we could do here. And an interesting thing about this ship is that's really interesting to me is the weapons teams. So I was thinking of putting gunnery team on a couple of them, at least 2, right? And then spinal armament. So that gives me, now this is making these ships awfully expensive, and I recognize that. But if you have them positioned just right, I mean, you're looking at 3 red dice, and that's pretty good. Let's think about victory at long range. 4 red dice if you've got Leia, plus your reroll, so that's an ISD at long range with gunnery team. Okay, so that's not bad. That's not bad at all. So I'm kind of happy about that. And you've got not just your 1 reroll, you've got lots of rerolls. So these are like these things become Vader ISDs with gunnery team for, gosh, a fraction of the points. This makes it 10, so 17 more, 40, so 50, gosh, what were they all? What does one of these cost? 116, so 58 a piece for these. But now I'm not going to do all of them that way because I want some more points for a couple of other things. So let me put these guys back in. I just think, I mean, this is kind of cool. Yes, they're squishy. I'm going to fly them in slow. Right, and so another thing you could do is you could also consider putting quad battery turrets on them. I'm not doing that right now. I'm a little upset with quad battery turrets because everybody was doing the slow approach, and I mean, maybe the key is just run 1 with quad battery turrets, to save some points. This way they don't feel threatened enough to do the slow approach, and you still get the points out of it. That's probably a way to do that. But all right, so and then I'll give 1. No. I'll do TRC on 2 of them. We'll do TRC on 2 of them. And one of the reasons is for this is like I only have 2 Liberties because you can only get Spinal Armament with the Liberty right now. So until they make this a promo, I would love to just run Spinal on all of them. That'd be amazing. But I also want to keep the cost down a little bit more, so we can put some other things in here. So we're going to put Task Force Organa on everybody. And we can come back to these and potentially add some more stuff as well. So now I've got 4 ships that I can fly side by side in a firing line. I'll probably space them apart a little bit to kind of give myself a nice wide curve. But we've got 214 points. We don't have our commander yet. So we've got some options for our commander. Now we could put a Pelta out there. We are probably going to want some squadrons too. If we're going to do the firing line, I would love to have a Nebulon out there. And I could probably put the Yavaris out there. I could put the Nebulon in the middle of all of them. And if I'm flying Leia, I don't know if I would want Leia on the Yavaris. But I mean, in theory I could. I can even give it Lando in case somebody was able to get a really, really nice side shot in there and take it out. But if we're gonna do that, so I can do a couple of different options. Like I keep my squadrons kind of close, or I could put a couple of relay squadrons in there with with the ghosts. I could run a couple of ghosts, or let's put them out there, because this part I didn't plan that far ahead for this one, because I figured I would kind of take it a little bit more organically. Or we could put some YT1300s in there with, oh gosh, you know what would be really fun? YT1300s, and if we had Torrent Far, but I'd almost rather have her on a GR75. So if I put maybe Bomber Command and Torrent Far on the same ship, and let's give it Bright Hope for survivability. Oh man, that's nice. It's just it's hard to run Torrent Far. No. Let's put Torrent Far back here. We'll put them back, and I'll put 8R Talon on this one. So now we got some good squadron activators. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got some good shooters, some good squad. 6. We got 6. Boy. All right. So we got 2 YT1300s. They're doing good there. We need some firepower though, right? I was thinking, since most of my firepower is in the Hammerheads, 10 num would be pretty nice for this. The problem is, if I'm running 10 num, I really wish I had a weapons team, because I would love to give flight controllers. I would love to give 10 num flight controllers. So what if? Oh, all right. So check this out. Here's what I'm gonna do. We'll put Torrent Far in here. We'll let the GR75 get a little closer. I don't mind if he dies. He's pretty survivable. We can put it on one of these. Maybe one of these that's going to be my first one to shoot. It doesn't necessarily have to do a concentrate fire. So we could do flight controllers, and this is just I'm spitballing here. We're going to see. Yes, so and then we'll put 8R Talon on one of these guys, because the Hammerheads are actually, you know, any ship that's only got one squadron gets a nice benefit from Leia. Oh, I have to fit Leia in here too. Oh boy. Okay, that puts me over 400. So, and I only got 3 squadrons, so something needs to go. I think the GR75 can go. I don't need that. That gives me 375. Now I'm doing a little bit better. So then we got, oh, that's not bad. Now I've got 12 more points. I think that can fit an HWK in there. So that's 400 points exactly. That's 5 squadrons. I could activate 3 here and 2 here, and then 8R, or rather 2 here first, and then 3 here. I'd have to keep them a little bit closer though, because we don't have relay. So Leia would be in danger, but this is more of a squadron defense build rather than a squadron offense build. So Yavaris might not even be necessary, but it's also got good frontal firepower. So there is also that. So we've got 3 front dice. So 3 red, 3 red, 2 red, 2 red, 3 red. That's not bad. I mean, 5 activations is all right, but I feel like we can do better. I don't know if Yavaris is really the best thing for this, but the core of the build is these guys. The squadrons, we can change all of that. Actually, let's do that. Let's go something a little different, because I'm not feeling that. I actually want an assault frigate. I'll put Leia on there, and I'm gonna do something a little different. We will add flight controllers to this one. We could probably 8R Talon. Well, I still have 8R Talon over there. I can drop that if I need to. Let's add Z95s. Z95s aren't that strong, but I can fit a whole bunch of them. There's 6 Z95s, and with flight controllers here, we can add more, maybe boosted comms, or activate 1 extra. No, if we're going to use flight controllers, we want to get as many squadrons as we can. So we'll go ahead and expand it hangar bay. This one's tanky enough we can get out there. We can even put, well, we'll go ECM. Now that puts us at 400 points. Now, this is, I wouldn't mind being second player here, because I've got enough firepower that I can, I'd be okay with picking some objectives. So, although I would love it if I had some strategic in here. So now this is another way to do the same thing. I won't have that double shot from Yavaris, but I mean that's forgivable, considering that I don't have bombers, and I don't have that B-wing. The B-wing's the one you really want the double shot, or Luke Skywalker, or Kian Farlander. There's certain ones that you really want the double shot from, but Z95s with an extra blue die and swarm for reroll is very, very nice. So I like giving ships that don't have a blue die, giving them blue dice. So I really love that on things like Valiant Rudor and Lambda shuttles too. But we don't have that. We don't have a whole lot of black dice for the rebels, you know, and blue dice just are too fickle for me. All right, so let's look at objectives. I like this build a little bit better now. All right, it was nice though when we had 6 ships, but let's. I'm definitely going to go with opening salvo here. I think opening salvo will be great, especially with Task Force Organa. We can get the black die rerolls if we need to. Plus, I mean, we're going to be able to reroll 3 dice because of Leia. So that much is really nice. So opening salvo, and they're probably not going to pick that unless they have a whole bunch of ships too. In which case, maybe they will. You know, there's always that chance somebody picks opening salvo. So capture the VIP, I don't really like that one because then you need kind of a ship that's going to be flying around, and I'm going to be pointed pretty much straight at the enemy here. But I wouldn't mind ones that are going to force them to come to me. So I think fire lanes would be a good one here. I could force you to try to come to me while I collect victory points. And if you send strategic ships in to try to move the point back, I've got some Z95s to handle you, and they can do some massive damage. But there's only 6. I mean, 6 is a reasonable number. Fire lane's not bad. Fire lanes is not bad. And we've got blue dice on all these, so we can also do some anti-squadron fire. Also with the hammerheads, with the gunnery team too, they have no problem doing anti-squadron fire out the front as well, if there's only 1 ship in range. There was something else I was going to do. Oh, yeah. Yeah, all right, let me do this. I want to drop Adar Talent. I don't need him or flight controllers on this guy since I'm running it on. See, I screwed up. I don't need those on there, so that brings me down to 384. I'm going to add some more stuff because I want disposable capacitors on all of these Corvettes. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 396. Oh, and we can't put one of those titles on there, so 4 here. We can put Lando on to help Leia. Oh yeah, Lando and Leia hanging out on the flagship. And I like that much better. It gives extra survivability to the flagship, and it makes these guys even more of a threat. Yes, of course. And that was, yeah, I wanted to do that all along, and I can't believe I forgot. So now we've got it. Now we've got that. That's a nice looking ship build. All right, we're gonna go back to. Let's go back to objectives now. And some people have actually suggested that I do more objective videos, and I may actually start doing that here pretty soon. So that's something I'm going to take a look at doing. All right, so let's look at our blues for this one. I like the idea of minefields if I can stop people from trying to flank, because that's going to be one of the big weaknesses here, is that people will try to flank and come sideways at me. And that will limit that. That will definitely limit people going all the way around, at least for some of the ships. So I'm liking that one. Dangerous territory is always a nice one, but I don't really. I mean, like, these ships are maneuverable enough that I don't think that'll be. I don't know how much of an advantage that'll give me. And I don't really have, like, I really want a CR90 if I'm running dangerous territory that I can just send all over the place to go pick stuff up. Navigational hazards. That one's a weird one. I haven't really used that one before. These 2 are always solid, but I'm thinking minefields. I like it better with Dodonna. I probably say that all the time. Salvage run is nice. Actually, salvage run wouldn't be too bad, though. I do want to stay at long range, though. I don't know if that one would work, but good enough here. Sensor net. If there are one of the objective token owner gains a victory token, yeah. I think I'll go with minefields. Let's try to stop myself from being flanked. And yeah, so we got 5 activations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squadrons. Pretty well rounded. But a lot of glass cannons here, but they're okay with that. I mean, their 5 hull is not bad, and they've got some great offensive. It's like the most rerolls you can get outside of Vader, and since the Rebels can't get Vader anyway, I am definitely liking it. I think one of the things you could do with this build is you could consider swapping Leia out for Dodonna as well, because you're going to get blue dice at long range. You have a good chance of getting those crits through. That would give you also enough room for maybe like 2 more squadrons, 2 more Z95s. Because Leia is 38 points. Let's just see. I'm going to stick with Leia for the build. Whoa, I'm zooming in and out way too much. I apologize for that. All right, let's throw Dodonna on here, and that would put us at 382. I can bump that up to 8 and then have points left over. So that's another option if you prefer a little more squadrons. Dodonna works also pretty well with minefields. Oh, and if I was doing that, I would change fire lanes to planetary ion cannon, so this way we can potentially get you know, a crit on the side of a Nebulon or something like that, or in the rear of a Victory, or something very fun. All right, well that is the build, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Hit the like button if you liked this video, and leave me a comment and tell me what you think. Here is the actual build, and you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching.